What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing this fine Monday? Well, if you look behind me, you'll see what I've got in store for me. 2 acres of leaves and cutting. Then I got an acre next door. Then I got 2 cleanups today. My buddy Tim Herr is on his way. He's going to help me. So with 2 mowers is better than 1 always. I'm going to get plenty of footage today for you. We'll get a little bit of cleanup, get a little bit of leaf stuff, and who knows what we're going to get into. But whatever we get into, we got a lot of work to do. So, hey, hope you guys are getting ready for winter time. If you guys are plowing, I know you're out getting your stuff marked already, getting everything together, getting your plows on your trucks. Man, I hope you guys have a great winter. I really do. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes things are slow, but I hope wherever you're at, you're staying busy and you're making money, because that is why we're in business. We're in business to make money, okay? So we're going to talk about that later as to how do you stay profitable in lawn care, man? And how do you make those profits without going into debt? So we'll talk later. I'll see you guys, and I brought the boss with me.
I am a human. I am not a snowplow.
I don't even know what that means. I'll see you guys in a few. Okay guys, we are done with the front. I'll show you. There's Timbo. There's the front. That's how it looks. Way better than before. Way better. I'm not going to show you the back. It's going to be a complete dust bowl. But hey, we're going to do next door. Then we're going to go do a cleanup. And I want to talk about profits versus your expenses, because a lot of people are out here buying a ton of equipment, and they think they're making money, but when they take the insurance and everything else away, they're really not. So you got to be careful what you're spending your money on. But we'll talk about that way later. Let's get back to work. Hey guys, HS56 steel. It's Tim's. I like that. All right, guys, that's it. We are done. You know what? I changed my mind on what I wanted to talk about because Tim and I were having a conversation today, and this is something I think maybe everybody needs to hear. I know I did. We have a problem. And since Tim has been working with me, look, you guys know I'm 100 mile an hour. I was not always that way. When I didn't know what I was doing 100% to have the confidence, I was a lot slower. So Tim and I talked today, and we decided, you know, Tim's only been doing this how long?
It's not been very long, year, 2 years.
Okay, year or 2 years. We got to think back to, as business owners, to when we were doing this. Are you as fast now as you were 15 years ago, 10 years ago? No way. There's no way. Now, you may have had more energy then, and you could work harder, but you didn't have the knowledge that you have now. So, you know, I noticed Tim is a little bit slower than me at certain things. Not all things, but at certain things. And we talked about that. And Tim, what do you think? It's just the knowledge, right?
Definitely.
And so Tim tries really hard to keep up. Okay, so guys, if you have and Tim's not my employee, just a friend of mine helping me out. If you have an employee, you may want to cut him some slack to understand that they haven't been doing this as long as you. They don't have the confidence you have. You may be able to tell them what to do, but most of the times, what do they want to do? They want to do it the right way, and they go slower.
Well, I'd say the big thing, too, is, I mean, think about when you start a new property. Every time you start a brand new property, you don't have a lay for the land. You don't have the pattern down that you're used to, or you know where the wheels spin and all those things. You take extra time to learn the property. Well, you know, you have somebody different, like in this case, me, coming out to the property. I see Shane hustling over the property, and I'm like, okay, watch him do what I'm supposed to do, but don't screw it up. You know, I can't keep up and be accurate.
Right. So, you know,
or I struggle to anyway.
We've had a couple mishaps here and there, you know, on certain things. And I asked him today, I said, you know, why, you know, are you intimidated? And not in a physical way, intimidated by me. He said, yes, because you've done this so much longer. I'm intimidated by the knowledge, and I don't see it the way you see it yet. And I had to stop and think, okay, I've been doing it, next year will be 13 years. This guy's been doing it a year and a half, 2 years. That's a big difference.
And the big thing too is, I mean, I'm definitely out here to learn. I never told him, like, no, I'm the expert. I know how to do all this stuff. I was here to learn, and you know, he is used to doing all these yards.
Yeah, I'm just honestly used to doing it my speed, my way. I know, and I know things he doesn't know about the plants and the bushes and things like that. What gets taken down? You're not there yet.
How far to take it down?
Yeah.
How much to trim? Which way to trim it? Do you want it flat? Do you want it rounded?
So I'm obviously going to be faster. Okay, so Tim is trying to work Shane's speed, not necessarily Shane's speed, but 13-year speed at 2-year speed, and it doesn't happen, guys. So I'm really glad Tim talked to me today. What I think the message is, you guys really need to think before you jump on your employee. That's definitely me for sure. I know I made mistakes with Justin, big time. If I could do it again, I would. You can't do that again. You can only learn from it. Tim's a great guy, hard worker, but he doesn't have the speed because he doesn't have the knowledge. And with the knowledge comes the speed, but it takes time. So, Tim, I appreciate you, man, working hard. He does work hard. Does he? And just because somebody works slower than you doesn't mean they work hard. they're not working as hard as you. Let's get that straight, right?
And I would say this too: if somebody's been working with you for several months, and they've been over this several times, or you've been over them several times with them, we're not saying that you can't get on the guy about it.
Right.
But initially, when you bring somebody on, don't expect you're going to half your job time and all this other stuff.
Exactly.
Even after, if you were cloned, you're still not going to half the job time. You're going to get maybe, if it takes an hour, it's going to take an hour and 15 minutes. It's going to take an hour and a half, 45 minutes to a half an hour if you have two people working on it. But, until you get used to doing all that stuff.
Yeah, and this one here.
And we're working a lot better together.
This one here would take Justin and I about an hour and a half to do, usually. It took us an hour.
Yeah.
And that's with the mowing, we got all the leaves out, everything. Tim was blowing the beds out while I was mowing. So,
I will say this, YouTube, one thing. This hour that we took for this one, okay, I've worked with Shane 2-3 times now on trimming, like the things that he has let me go to do now, he's already gone over with me once. So I'm doing way better than I did the first time. So every task we get, and then we build on it, it's taking less and less time.
Yeah, it gets better and better as it goes. But
and I can take this over to my customers now too. And
right.
It's going to help tremendously.
Right. And once you have the knowledge of what you're doing, that's where you make the money, man.
Yes.
That's where you make the money, because then the customers are coming to you saying, hey, Shane, what should we do here? What should we do here? It's like I was telling Tim earlier, once you know all the different plants, that's why I say when you guys watch these videos, don't just watch for the music or for a guy trimming a hedge.
Yeah, or the sound of the mowers.
Yes, learn why they do what they do.
Yeah.
Just take your time, guys. If you own a business, take a little time with somebody, teach them the right way. That doesn't mean once you've taught them and they keep doing the same old thing, you keep them. There's an accountability there for sure.
One thing else I'd like to add too is that Shane's taking a chance on letting me work with him. I think as a solo operator, this might be something you might want to consider is, friending another solo operator, so that when you do get big properties that you need a crew for, you don't need to constantly keep a crew on hand. Keeping an on-call person, and we're both trying this. So, the better we get at it, we're both going to help each other, and it's going to make, as a solo operator, it's a multiplier.
There it is, multiplier. All right, guys, we're done. Any words of wisdom? I think you gave them some good wisdom there.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to learning more and keeping going.
All right, and you're fired. No.
Wouldn't be the first time today.
All right, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. As always,
Dr. Real and his crew.
Dr. Real and Tim were in the house. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.